Roger did it beautiful.
Very,
I want to do the same thing for you. And that way you can piggyback on my success and then start sharing the program about educational part of it, right? Now, those investors will always be yours. I never circumvent. I have other partners also, and I never do, because if they invest in one time, they invest again, it's always under them, you know. And then I also give in the manager's side of the LLC, they get rewarded, you know, for that. So, answering your question, you know, investor base has to be sent emails to let them know why you're looking into acquiring in Texas. So I used to go to Recon, R-E-C-O-N. It's the Texas A&M University Real Estate Division. And they have all the articles, all the growth, all the multifamily articles, anything happening in Texas, you could go to their website and then you could see. Like for Frisco, I'm very bullish on Frisco, Texas, which is north of Dallas. And my lawyer lives there, attorney, and it was like a candy shop for me, because there were motels opening up and restaurants opening up. Emerging like crazy.
Literally, yeah.
A lot of businesses coming in, right? I did that at Recon. I Google searched it. 99 articles came on my desktop. 99 articles.
That's a lot.
Which shows me every single company coming there. I click, and I put them all articles in my Dropbox. So I save all the different economic news, it's called, right? Economic news on that particular emerging market. So then I started sending them out in my newsletters and otherwise to the investors so that they are warmed up that Vinney is already looking at Dallas area. So once I get something under contract, then I tell them, guess what, guys? We got something under contract. In about a week's time or 10 days' time, I'll be sending you email. We are getting the properties under contract. It's so many units and all that. Don't give them the address or even fudge the number of units. Because see, if you tell them it's 262, then they'll go and try to figure it out, right? You just say it's 270 units or you know, or something, yeah, you know. So there are tricks, but you never tell them the real address unless you have it under contract.
Why is that?
Because, you know, I mean, not that my investors will go and buy it under me or come as a competition, but it's good business to just watch out for yourself.
Keep them curious.
Keep them curious, yep. And then, you know, also let them know that, you know, you are getting the private placement memorandum going. See, syndication world, it has to be quick and swift. When I say that is, the money has to flow in into the bank account before closing. And you have about 2 months to do everything. The day you contract, you're able to, you know, get the due diligence started right away. I mean, you know, so you need about $10,000 for that. And then you earnest money, like the one in, you know, Atlanta deal. The seller gave me really good price. So he wanted to make sure Vinney is a performer. I'm a newbie there in Atlanta. I'm pretty good in Texas. So he wanted $75,000 earnest money delivered to him, non-refundable. So he says, Vinney, if you are sincere about buying this complex, then you give me $75,000. If you don't close, I keep that $75,000 of you. Yours,
pressure.
Which is very good. And, you know, and I take risks. So I knew that, you know, I want this property because it was, I'm getting it for like $37,000 a door. And I know another syndication group, they are buying across the street for $66,000 a door. So it was a really very easy for me to just say, you take 75, I can even give you more money if you want, but I want to buy this, you know, apartment. See, it was a sure thing, you know, that's how. And I just gave him another 100, by the way, non-refundable.
What is
because that was, I asked for $450,000 repair allowance. So once I went there to Atlanta and my team, I hired the best team over there. I lucked out. They have been doing due diligence, physical and books and everything. very nice company. Sid is his name, and I can put anybody in touch with him. And just over 42 years of experience just in multifamily inspections. So I really lucked out. And then I lucked out from my another doctor friend there who's heard my podcast last year. And I reached out to Aki and I said, Aki, I am looking for a real estate lawyer. He says, you're not going to believe it, Vinney. My buddy, he and I went to school 7th grade. And he lives in Atlanta. I became doctor. He became a lawyer.
Awesome.
Oh my gosh. So now, Shola is working with me there. So I've got Milton in Texas, my very good friend. And then I've got Shola in, Atlanta. And I'd love to give their names, and they are the best people, Everybody could use them. And then, of course, Kim Taylor, my syndication
You just
attorney.
had a
I just talked
conversation.
to her. Yep.
So Vinney, going back, so
Yes.
you warn people, tell them about the market, and then you talk. When do you talk about concrete details? We need this much. Who wants to join? How does this happen?
Very good. See, while the off-market deal comes to you, and hopefully these are off-market deals because then you get better pricing and everything. In my case, I'm a broker in California, so I tell them that I'm going to only work with the listing broker and you become my buyer broker also. So they make double the commission, that kind of thing. But the underwriting that we have perfected, and you also have a copy, we look at that, and I even give it out to some of my students now. So they get the same P&L, rent roll, and maybe a few pictures like I do, in the off-market deal. And they go to work and they do their analysis, and then second one does theirs and third one does theirs.
That's great.
Great. And then I massage the numbers. I teach them, that, hey, this over here, we need to look at this way, or this, all that. So it's good to know the numbers of the cash flow numbers and the cap rate and all in the worksheet. So answer your question, in my case, everything goes simultaneously. As soon as the underwriting is done, the LOI sent, that's the letter of intent. I already have blessing from my real estate attorney. We have set LOI. We just change the name and address and everything and the numbers and finance, send it out. I have a credibility package, which is my recommendation letters, my net worth, my blah, 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 financial statements. And no, I don't give that in the LOI, but I give the letter from the lender saying that they have blessed me that I will be able to get the loan on this apartment. That's how it is. And then my profile. I have a 3-page profile with my picture and everything. So we send that in, right? With a nice cover letter too. We send a cover letter. Now, let's see if the contract is signed now, right? Earnest money is sent. Same time, I get my syndication attorney involved. So I send a money, to Kim, and then she does the interview, me, and about the deal and everything. Because, she has to prepare the packets and everything. So that's the Kim Taylor with my syndication attorney. So we got now lender, or let's talk about lender. Loan broker. You got to have a good loan broker in syndication industry, because if we don't get the loan correctly at the right time, we may not have syndication. Now, if the loan is not approved, we have to return every dime to the investors who wired the money into the LLC. And we as the syndicator take the risk of losing all the earnest money, all the due diligence fee,
which is a lot of
all
spending.
the travels, and all the money that we have given for loan origination and everything.
In your 24 syndications, did you have to ever back out, or did you lose?
Good question. I think 2 times. We lost 15,000 one time, I remember. And then this was because I think we changed the terms or something in the middle of the game, because we had not really gone through looking through the asset actually. We got it under contract on Friday, got out of contract on Tuesday, only one time. But otherwise, we have always closed on all the deals but never really lost much. I know early on, I remember one property in San Antonio, we had $250,000 hard money. That's non-refundable.
And they're expensive.
It was going to close that week, and our loan sponsor backed away on Monday.
Bank?
It was not a bank. No, bank was fine. Loan was good, Fannie Mae loan. But the person who was going to go with us on a loan documentation, he backed out. A guy from San Antonio. And on Monday, I couldn't believe it. My partner with the Ideal IG, this happened there. And we said, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? I mean, closing is Friday. Closing is Friday. So my trusted friend who believed in me way back when we started in the business, he gave me 50,000 or whatever, invested. Then he came through. We called him at 8 o'clock. 8:15, he had his financial statement and everything sent to my lender. And then he came on the loan with us. Wow.
That's...
I mean, so we really, really want to thank you, sir. Otherwise we would have lost $250,000.
That's the guy who believed you in
early on, the very beginning.
You mentioned him.
And he's got, lots and lots of money. Yeah, it really does help a lot. But, going back to you, I know it's easy for me now, but it was pretty hard when we started out, and that's the key. Syndication world is for those who really put forth a lot of effort, who are, building a base. You have to build base of the brokers right there who can give you pocket deals. You have to have a good network with the lenders, loan broker. So real estate brokers, loan brokers, your team of the due diligence team and inspection.
Specify this team? Who should be involved in this team? And do they have to be local or these people?
I would say local because, see, the thing is, I was thinking in Atlanta to travel my management team and asset manager for doing the due diligence. But then I thought about it. I said, it's better to get local because I'll be pulling them out of their property, flying them there, hotel and everything. It's going to cost me $4,000 or $5,000 just like that. And here I got the biggest professional company in Atlanta, and they've been doing this day in, day out.